A decade ago, the 2007 college football season set the volatility benchmark for this generation. The season unfolded with a relentless flurry of upsets, surprise contenders and more visceral plot twists than a Dennis Lehane novel. Consider that 2-loss LSU ended up the national champion, Missouri was ranked number 1 and the number 2 ranking was held by California, Boston College, South Florida, Kansas and West Virginia at different times during the year. A lot has changed in college football in the past decade. There's a new playoff format, conference realignment has jumbled the landscape and the inherent cyclical undulations have shaken up the logos of the contenders. But seismic upsets in the Big Ten, Iowa throttling number 6 Ohio State and number 24 Michigan State beating number 7 Penn State, have put that league in danger of not having a team in the playoff. The Pac-12, ACC and Big 12 have to be worried that their champion could get nudged out as well. See more below. There are still infinite scenarios that could play out, but all signs point to an echelon of chaos that's largely been avoided in the first 3 years of the college football playoff. And may be last seen during that wild season in 2007. Will Saturday be remembered as the day college football took its DeLorean back to 2007? The signs of imminent anarchy are aplenty. Here are 10 takeaways from a wacky weekend in college football. 1. Let's start with the Big Ten. Jim Delaney went to bed on Saturday night likely humming on Wisconsin. The Badgers are the Big Ten's best chance to reach the playoff. The problem is that Wisconsin's best victory came over Northwestern, and Iowa is the only likely top 25 team they'll play the rest of the regular season. Beating Ohio State in the Big Ten title game would help, as the Buckeyes remain the Big Ten favorite if they beat Michigan State at home next week. No one really knows how good the Badgers are yet, and any loss would likely strike them from the playoff race. Could a 2-loss Big Ten team reach the playoff? It's difficult to cast that as impossible after the hijinks of 2007 that left LSU at the top. But boy, they'd need a lot of things to fall into place. But as you go through the different scenarios, a lot can still happen. 2. ACC Commissioner John Swofford's fingers are likely calloused from all the praying he should have been doing in the waning seconds of number 20 NC State's upset bid against number 4 Clemson. If the Tigers lost again, it would have effectively eliminated them from the college football playoff race. Again, assuming 2 losses is too many this year. In order to stay alive, Clemson needed an illegal shift penalty on NC State to bail them out of a first-and-goal situation in the waning seconds of their 38-31 win. The call was absolutely correct. But the game did leave some gray, as NC State coach Dave Duran called for an investigation into the use of a laptop on the Clemson sideline. A school official told the Raleigh News and Observer that it belonged to the school's social media team and was removed during the second half after a call from the ACC. Like we said, things are starting to get weird in this college football season. If number 4 Clemson does survive the gauntlet and reach the playoff, it will be the second straight year an NC State final-minute blunder got them there. The Wolfpack missed a 33-yard field that would have won the game last year. 3. The ACC's next best chance to get a team in the college football playoff is with number 10 Miami 8-0, which beat number 13 Virginia Tech 28-10. Who'd have thought that the Notre Dame and Miami reprisal of Catholics versus convicts from the depths of the late 1980s would have an indelible impact on the college football playoff race? That'll be the stakes next week in South Florida, with the number 3 Irish having a chance to solidify their spot near the top of the college football playoff rankings. Before the Tech win, Miami's schedule looked about as thin as Wisconsin's. Was Toledo their best victory? Considering the sorry state of Florida State, it's at least an argument. But thumping number 13 Tech, including 4 appearances of the turnover chain, should move Miami up the top 10 and give next Saturday night's game a quintessential throwback feel. With Stanford's loss at Washington State on Saturday, Miami will likely be the last ranked team Notre Dame gets to play this season.